Hello? Hi, yeah, my name's Peyton. I try and spend a day with founders that are scaling really cool companies. That's me on the phone with a company called Hightouch, one of the fastest growing startups in tech. In just 5 years, the company went from an idea to a $1.2 billion operation. Hightouch uses a company's own data to make every message you get feel personal, like an email about your favorite artist going on tour or a text reminder about something you left in your car. I was actually in the area and I'm wondering if it would be okay if I, came up to Hightouch's office and spent a day with y'all. So I took my shot, asked if I could crash their office for a day and see what life actually looks like inside of a company scaling this fast. I might be just outside your office actually. I was kind of hoping you would pick up. Honestly, I had no idea what to expect. But once the day started moving, the answer to how they've scaled to a unicorn company in just 5 years became clear.
Nice to meet you guys.
Are Kashish and Tejas here?
I don't think they're here yet. They should be here soon.
Well, the founders are late. I beat them to the office and, oh my gosh, wait, you're here. Hello, how are you?
I came from the other side.
Oh my
Good
gosh,
to meet you.
good to meet you too. We were making a joke that you were late and I wasn't, so.
That is true. She was.
Hi, how are you?
Good, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Tejas.
you. I'm Peyton. Hightouch basically sits at the center of how every modern company operates. Data. I mean, think about it. Every brand collects tons of information on their customers, but actually using that data, that's the hard part. And Hightouch's whole goal is to fix that. You know when you get a text from a brand right after leaving their website and they're like, hey, we saw you peeking around, but you are kind of like, how did they know? Or when your favorite food delivery app sends you a discount code right around dinner time? Yeah, those are the kinds of experiences Hightouch makes possible. And the idea for all of it started back in 2020 when the three founders were living together. Kashish and Tejas were building one startup, their roommate Josh was building another when they realized they were trying to solve for the same problem. So they joined forces and Hightouch was born.
So our initial vision for Hightouch was really that we saw a trend across all the largest brands out there, that they were centralizing a ton of data about their customers inside of data warehouses, but very few brands were able to really use that data to personalize their actual customer experiences and deliver really good customer experiences. That's been our vision sort of from the beginning of Hightouch.
Here's how it works. Most companies store all of their customer data in systems called data warehouses like Snowflake or Databricks. Hightouch connects directly to those warehouses and pulls the information companies actually need. Then it cleans and organizes that data and turns it into ready-to-use insights like users who haven't logged in this week or customers who abandoned their carts. Hightouch syncs those insights into tools that marketers already use, like email platforms, networks, and CRM, so they can automatically send the right message to the right person at exactly the right time.
And so this is the actual interface that marketers are using every day, all 750 of our customers.
Tejas walked me through the heart of Hightouch's platform, the place where customer data finally turns into marketing decisions. Basically, marketers can build hyper-focused customer lists in minutes without needing to understand code or data. They can simply use filtering options inside Hightouch to create ultra-specific lists that automatically send personalized marketing messages.
Typically to do this kind of stuff, you have to get like data analysts, engineers, all of these like technical people involved. But now we're putting this in the hands of marketers.
Okay, this all makes so much more sense now. Then we got to the part that really stood out to me. Hightouch's AI decisioning feature. It takes the massive amount of customer data companies already have, everything from purchase history to link clicks, and turns it into action. Instead of a marketer guessing which message, offer, or channel will work best, Hightouch uses AI agents that analyze customer behavior in real time and decide what to do next. For one customer, that might mean sending an email. For another, it's an ad or a push notification, all tailored to what's most likely to drive a response or action from that customer. It's intelligence that helps brands make millions of tiny decisions that add up to better experiences and bigger results. At this point, I figured it was time to go meet the people making it all happen. Let's go.
We have some guests joining.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Just some folks from the HubSpot team.
Yeah, it's ironic. We were just talking literally about not divulging information, so your timing is incredible in this regard.
I don't hear anything, don't worry about it.
I'm sure we're in good hands. It's all good, so thank you.
This meeting is an internal pipeline review where the team gets together to go over key enterprise accounts and figure out exactly where each customer or prospect stands. They talk through blockers, legal approvals, procurement timelines, and decide what needs to happen next to keep these million-dollar deals moving. Now, I can't tell you what companies were on this list, but I want you to take 30 seconds to think of some of the biggest companies in the world. Okay, time's up. And while I don't have the exact stats to prove it, my guess is at least half of the companies you just thought of are probably on that list.
I try to avoid any serious words. I'm so conscious about this camera now. So, no friends, please.
Real quick, I've been thinking a lot about that pipeline meeting and what actually goes into closing million-dollar deals. And while this video will show you how Hightouch does it, I wanted to give you something a little bit extra. So we put together a free guide breaking down 8 tactics that consistently win high-ticket proof-of-concept deals. The same moves top reps use to turn skeptical buyers into customers. These 8 moves close real million-dollar deals. Steal them for yourself using the link in the description. So what we just saw, some of the largest companies that exist in the world, they were on that list without disclosing who they are. What I basically just saw was your team talking about how you can get these deals to $1 million. So what does a $1 million deal usually look like?
These days it's kind of common for us. So it's really weird. Last year I think our ACVs were much lower. Now we're seeing actually like the average customer is oftentimes paying that much. And the reason for that is because we're the center of their personalization strategy. When the customer is about to take a ride, Uber should give them a push notification. When they're at a grocery store, they should get the right notifications there. So each brand should be relevant at the right time. And that's what we power.
At this point, I was curious. After seeing this list of who Hightouch was targeting as prospects, I wanted to know who the first big company was that took a chance on them.
Probably Warner Music Group.
Yeah.
It's happened in 2021. So we actually have always been working with larger companies. But Warner Music was one of the first ones that said, hey, could you build me a UI that doesn't require like data savviness to use the product? And we built that UI for them as well as several other customers like PetSmart. And they were the first one that kind of stepped up and said, hey, we'll pay you a really serious amount if you can help solve this problem.
We'll hear more about what the process to close a $1 million deal looks like, but first, it was time for me to go mingle with the employees. It's so quiet in here. Everyone's working. But let's go see if we can try and interrupt a couple people. Come on. Hello.
Hey,
Hi, how are you?
good, how are you?
What's your name?
Arik,
Nice to meet you.
likewise.
How's your day?
Great.
What have you been up to?
Never been interviewed like this before.
So, if you could explain Hightouch in like the simplest sentence, what would it be?
Hightouch allows marketers to make use of their data to make their marketing more efficient, more effective.
We take your data
Okay.
and help your marketing team use it to make more money.
Now I get it. And how does it feel to work for technically a startup, but like they're also a unicorn, so how does that feel?
I'd say immediately when you come in, people place a lot of trust in you right away, and you have a lot of ownership.
It feels good. There's a lot of momentum. Things are growing. It's exciting.
Tell us, yeah? Are you lying or is that? What's your favorite office snack?
My favorite office snack.
Jerky, I guess you would call it. Mango, and there's also a pineapple one, and they're delicious.
I would say probably the Hello Panda. Go with that.
I like the chomps, like protein sticks.
I'm not trying that, but I appreciate it.
My name's Scott. I joined in January of 22, so like 3.5 years now.
So did you work with Tejas at Segment?
I knew of Tejas at Segment. He was kind of a legend.
Wait, why was he a legend, you may ask? Well, Tejas never went to college. Instead, at 15, he interned as a software engineer at HubSpot.
I realized that it was possible for me to like finish high school early by like doing some workarounds, like hacking through some classes.
Then at 16, he moved to San Francisco to join Segment full-time, earning a 6-figure salary before most even finish high school. And he worked there for 3.5 years before moving on to found Hightouch. What is it like seeing such a young person be co-CEO and the leader of such a large company?
I don't feel like age is like a limiting or prohibitive factor of like having good ideas and having a good vision and leadership, and so I feel like he checks all those boxes, and I feel like so.
He is just so wise beyond his years that you never actually think about the age.
All right, so a big theme throughout this day was that everyone was busy. Kashish was working, Tejas was working, all my new friends were working. I guess when you work for a unicorn company, you really don't have much time to play around. How many chances do you get to hang out inside of $1 billion company? Not many. So, I made myself at home. Watch the door there. So we've heard a lot about the snack selection here. I'm trying your snacks, so I hope they're good. Nothing like a lot of sugar at 3 o'clock, right? Very excited to try these. I think we should start with the pandas because this had 2 votes. Nutella inside a panda. 6 out of 10. It is a nice bike. Ooh. Okay. I'm trying your snack that you voted for.
Do you like them?
Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with chocolate.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Just
I think everybody hates me here. Awkward. At this point, I knew how the product worked, and I knew some of the people working on it. Now, I wanted to know how this $1.2 billion company sold the product. These aren't small deals. We're talking $1 million contracts with some of the biggest companies in the world. So I asked the founders to walk me through what their process to close high-ticket deals actually looks like.
In any enterprise motion, and something that particularly works for us, is any customer that we think is a really good fit for Hightouch is going to hear about us through many different channels. They'll see our marketing, both on social media as well as our content.
Okay.
So our biggest thing has always been how do we provide value to our customers far before they buy our product?
We also do a lot of activities with our partners. So yeah, event sponsorships, field marketing, content marketing, and kind of a variety, advertising obviously, and a kind of variety of channels that are used.
Hightouch is making sure that before a company is even ready to sit down and have a meeting, they already know what Hightouch can do. Okay, so what is solutioning?
Enterprise is very complex.
Okay.
They need help solutioning, where does data fit in, how can data be used, what are all my channels. So I have own channels like SMS, email, and push notifications. Our team will help a custom architect exactly how they should deploy these things in their company.
So your solutioning engineers have to do all of this work before you even know if somebody's gonna come in and close the deal. And this may be common practice, but I was shocked to hear that before a deal is signed, engineers are already doing work to design how Hightouch would fit into a company's system.
You don't know if you're gonna win.
Okay.
So the other teams and other vendors might also be solutioning their platform, and then those will compete.
Got it.
And that's where the POC happens. So proof of concept, customers will put our product head to head with other products and see which ones work better for their use case, actually get adoption and really work.
So after proof of concept, they're still interested. This is commercials?
Yep.
What does that mean?
Usually pricing and contract negotiation.
Okay.
And it'll usually require many levels of approval.
Okay, so then they basically sign the contract and then the deal's closed.
Yeah, and then starts the actual interesting implementing, giving them value, working with them hand in hand.
Obviously, these deals don't happen overnight. Kashish told me the journey from prospect to customer can take anywhere from 3 to 9 months. And after spending a day inside the company, watching how everyone works, and talking to the team, it's clear why Hightouch has scaled as fast as it has. They're taking time to build relationships with massive companies, which sometimes it could take several years just to build that relationship, and doing most of the heavy lifting before a deal is even signed. Every proof of concept and every solution they design ahead of time builds trust. And when those deals land, they're often worth 7 figures. And in just 5 years, from 2020 to 2025, Hightouch has landed deals with over 750 companies. But even after reaching unicorn status, Kashish and Tejas aren't slowing down. They're focused on what's next.
I think we're very much look towards the future rather than the past.
Yeah.
Type
Exactly.
people. And we've built that culture into the whole team as well. And so if you ask us, like there's like 10 more things we want to do than we've already done.
And a big thing powering the future of Hightouch is AI. And as they approach $100 million in annual revenue, they're already thinking about how they can turn that into $500 million and eventually $1 billion.
We think that if you were to start a big consumer brand today, the way you would do marketing is monumentally different today than it was like 2 years ago. And so we want to help bring brands into that new age of how can we use agents or AI to actually help us and work together with us to do marketing. So we're talking to some of the top CMOs about how they think they could use AI, building together with them, and we think that product is going to take us there.
They believe the next era of marketing will be driven by intelligent agents that give marketers tools to make better decisions in real time at scale. All right, that's all I have for today's episode of Stories of Scale. If you're trying to learn more about how to close $1 million deals, make sure to click that link in the description. It's free. Also, hitting the subscribe button is free, so I think you should do that too, and I will see you here next time.